Welcome Brawlers, I'm the Hermit and it's day 2 of our entire week in the Hell queue. Our commander for today is Teferi, hero of Dominaria. He's a 5 cost Azorius planeswalker. He can plus to draw a card, minus to dock something in our opponent's library, and if we get to the emblem, whenever we draw a card, we exile a permanent an opponent controls. So this deck is your typical, well, not typical, but the best version of Azorius control, blue-white control. We have counter spells, removals, very cheap removal like Condemn, Fragment Reality, Oust, Portable Hole, Simric, Static Prison, and Source to Plowshare. Because since this is a Hell queue, we're gonna be running into Ragavan and other really cheap commanders that we're gonna be able to remove on turn 1 or turn 2, depending. We also have, like I said, Arcana spells from Reprieve, Mana Leak, Remand, Spell's End, Mana Drain. And we have a couple of rats. We are running Divine Purge, Day of Judgment, Supreme Verdict, and since we are running Divine Purge, we have no cheap artifacts, with the exception being Chrome Mox. Since we're gonna be wanting to untap lands with Teferi, we have Ancient Tomb, as well as Lotus Field, and a couple of ways to untap them or copy them so that we can generate even more mana with Teferi. We also have a couple of Jaces, the Mind Sculptor, and Unraveler of Secrets. Unraveler, if we get to emblem, we counter a spell for each turn for each opponent. In this case, we only have one opponent, but we also have Commit to Memory and Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time, 4-card advantage if Teferi is not enough. And since we have a commit, we are playing Narset, Parter of Veils. For a little bit of life gain, we have Sphinx's Revelation, Union of the Third Path, and Helios Intervention. Because if our opponents are too aggressive, we're gonna be needing them for sure. So that's the deck. Now let's head into the queue and control some Hell queue opponents. Tragic Legion's Valor. And this is one of the reasons why we have the Talk and the Exile Base removal, since Tragic is indestructible. However, we will most likely try to counter it so it doesn't resolve and get value by making a 1-1. And also a nice synergy with talking is sometimes opponent will send their commander to the library, thinking they keep it in the top. Well, in Condemn doesn't work, but others do. And then we get to Field of Ruin. So, and by others I mean our commander, and I think we have also Oust. Maybe there's another card I'm not thinking. Commit, yeah. And the opponent starts Giant Killer. Okay. One of the better aggro starts is either Ragavan, of course, or Esper Sentinel, since it's gonna be taxing us. Okay, Recruitment Officer. They need 4 mana for that. So I think we condemn here. Or maybe we just planes and keep up different options. Robber of the Rich. Okay, we're gonna let them go to combat. This way they need to spend the mana post-combat, and if they lure into something, into a counter, then we don't get hit. Here, let's go again. Shepherd, Acribion Recruiter. An Officer and double attack. Okay, so that's the Giant Killer. Fragment Reality, that's a good one. Okay, we're gonna Fragment Reality the Giant Killer. Reprieve, okay. Solitude, ooh. It might be over for opponent. Case of the Gateway Express. Okay, so not quite over yet. But we do need to remove a rat here.
Stand by and watch. Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Divine Purge. Okay. We take the damage. Flash. Oh, we didn't have that. GG's. Rusko. I'm thinking we can use the Emperor at some point. New knowledge. What can they get? And unfortunately, this commander is not gonna be doing much in the foreseeable future. Speaking of not doing much, I think we exile Treasure Cruise. Chuck this in. Sure. They negate the Wandering Emperor. And they give us a fish. Since this resolves, I think we draw
To move quickly.
and we keep the fish as a blocker. Our opponent removes it, and we can take. The fairy can take some damage. Okay, that's annoying, to say the least. Fragment Rusko, see if they have another creature counter spell. I think we exile Rusko. Oh no, we can't. It costs more. Near Signet. Talisman of Dominance. It steps ahead from opponent. So let's like this. Get the archives or veil. Mana leak. No, we don't want mana leak. Leak through time. Get you and you. Amber. And let's stifle the clock trigger. Tutor, okay. That's a
Sorry I'm late.
we are dangerously low on life. I think we exile Rusko here.
Hurry.
We need to take. Okay, so we have a couple of counter spells. I think we are okay for a couple of turns. Painful stroke.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Clonic. Okay. Months. And that's a solitude.
Hold that thought.
Full absence. He can't be countered. Minus, get the emblem.
You are removed from time itself. I won't hide from the world any longer. We need to move quickly.
Thereby exiling that land. And I think we have it now. Storm. Okay. And GG's. We got there. Even at 2 life. Against Dragaman. A goblin. Okay, so we will pass. The bank. If we will put a course on Dragaban. Because we have to Lotus Field. Palantir from opponent. Lose life. Action. Felonious Rage from opponent. Okay. We kinda needed that land. Okay, then seems like we are on the way to stabilizing.
Hold that thought.
Angle.
Don't make another move.
Ranger's Firebrand. We counter that, we get the Teferi. Maybe opponent has another removal. 2 more damage, but that's their entire storm.
I'm not going to sit. Hurry.
Generous Plunderer. Goblin Bushwhacker. Ooh. We're gonna go all the way to 2 life. Oh no, we couldn't block because that was... Artifacts, creatures, graveyard. No, not graveyards.
We need to move quickly.
Mm-hmm. That's why we keep the main manlands.
Hurry!
You've already lost. You just don't know it yet. I am who I choose to be.
Bank. Sure. GG's. Yeah, we could remove them, and with Memory Deluge we can fish for maybe some life gain. GG's. Liliana of the Veil. And this is a hand that's gonna work against Liliana. Maybe we exile the Verdict. Opponent plays Grief. What will they take? Spell Pierce. Alright. In Signet, don't mind. Totsis. That we don't mind. Spectre. When it enters, we discard a card. Okay. It's Stifle then. There are another discards? No.
Sorry I'm late. You know what? I'm not done.
Okay, they're gonna make us discard a card
I'll have this fight finished before brunch. I'm tired of
and lose 2 life because of the Spectre.
You're not going to win this. We need to move quickly.
Yeah, we keep discarding lands. At some point I think we will -2. Careful, Liliana.
Time for plan B.
Obliterator.
As soon as I think of one.
And Treasure Cruise.
Time is much more malleable than people.
We send Liliana away and we can subtlety. The opponent is looking for removal.
No time for a break.
Wandering Emperor. Let's remand. They recast it, we memory lapse it. Bitter Triumph.
You know what? I'm not done.
Okay, opponent goes to combat. What little do they know, we have the Wandering Emperor.
I've
Good
learned
game, says
much
opponent.
during my travels.
Good game,
Let
we
me
say
show
back.
you.
Rusko. That subtlety? Tails End. And a leak. Okay. So what is this now? Surveillance. Okay. We need a land kind of desperately. We are falling way behind on mana. House disallow, I think. Not great. But with Ancient Tomb and the One Ring, maybe opponent loses all their life. We'll see. Okay, so I think we send Rusko back. And GG's. Gold Bolas Dragon God. Subtlety is gonna be doing the heavy lifting. Rip. Okay. That will also help. Cold Steel Heart. We're gonna reprieve that. I guess we can fragment reality. Or just March. Yeah, March is better. No lands though. Roxa from opponent. Solitude. Guess we will exile that right now. I almost cycle Lorien rebuild, but I think we Brawl crackling with want to exile it to subtlety and then treasure cruise all away. Mana drain. Okay.
Fine. I'll just have to shock the answers out of you. I hope you've got bottled lightning to share.
Have Thespian stage. Brainstorm.
Think big. I've calculated exactly what I need.
The whole of the multiverse will bend to my will. Let your weak minds crumble.
Okay, good games. The heavy Imperial Tactician. Kind of annoying that it's gonna resolve no matter what. I think we need more removal for the levy, and we need a 5th land. We exile a land, it enters tapped. So pretty much no harm, no foul. Nice mind zone. All that, and yeah. Lotus Field, see what the opponent is gonna do now. Yeah, we are not that afraid of the David right now because they don't have the colors. Quantum Riddler, draw a card. Amber. Okay, let's try to counter that. Yeah, and this is where it gets hard for us. Yes, let's get that counter spell out. Oh, no counter spell.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
Shadows tight binder.
uncalled for.
I guess we will use it name Quantum Riddler. Tom of Gatwick.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
Ponengaros. And we are Brainstorm Roxo. Rinso Crook Jailer. Search for Ascanta, that's a good place to be. Especially because they are Rakdos, they have limited access to removal. Opponent chooses to exile Absorb, we're gonna oust the bat. Laughing Jasper Flint. Softness. Okay, so that's a Brainstorm. Ancientum. Okay, so let's get the Teferi. Seems like they have removal.
I know my responsibility.
Or Shatter.
Keep up the pace.
Okay, let's reprieve that. Q. I'm Reveler.
Right
And
on.
of course we will bounce Flint.
Don't worry, I got this.
And here we have Bloodfield, Teferi, plus another
Show
Teferi.
remorse. I'll show
GG's. Another Liliana. An opponent has Gemstone, exiling a swamp. If they... okay, they have targeted this card, so let's see what they take. I'm thinking it should be Narset, but maybe they just take the counter spell. And maybe they also have another Thoughtseize effect, Duress, Mind Spike. Okay, they take the removal. You draw more. Although I guess we don't have the second blue source.
A fight? And you think you can win? Oh, that's my cue to leave. Drop it.
And they have a Bloodcast. Huh. Yeah, that's gonna be putting pressure on us. Waste not. I'm afraid we take the waste not. They're gonna be, if they draw land, I think we concede. Okay, yeah. We cannot keep stuff in our hand now, so good games. And as you can see, the deck is pretty much reliant on mulligans, and you need to be very careful about what you mulligan into so that you don't get the wrong cards in the wrong matchup. Depending on the matchup and on our initial hands, we managed to get some wins against some decks and losses against them because we kept a different type of hand. So like you saw against the Lilianas, well, they got to discard pretty much our interaction, but also we didn't get to cast Narset and get the board going. Oh no, so against Ragavan we had some... oh, actually I think Ragavan didn't beat us, but against the other aggro decks, if we manage to get enough interaction early, we hold them back, and then Narrath usually does it. Whereas if they get enough pressure, like we saw when they got the Mobilize card, Waste on Guidance, then they just managed to eke out the win. So if you play this deck, mulligan carefully. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.